The market is down 10.58%. Every single crypto all across the board is in the red, over 10%. And now many people are asking, is it time to sell? Should you get out? Or is the market going to bounce back? Are we going to see a second bull run? What is going on? So in today's video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about what is going on in the crypto world right now. We're first going to go over what is going on with Bitcoin and the DOJ, how $2.3 million worth of Bitcoin was seized. After that, we're going to go over some positive news with Ethereum and how Ethereum is looking much, much better and how I think it could easily surpass Bitcoin in terms of market cap very soon. After that, we're going to go over the president of El Salvador making Bitcoin the official legal tender in El Salvador. That is actually positive news as well. Moving on, we're going to go over Mike Novogratz, something with Dogecoin, and a couple of other things with some smaller altcoins. So make sure to stick around until the end. We got a really interesting episode planned ahead for you guys. If you enjoy this sort of content on crypto, tech news, and then please be sure to like the video down below, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notifications, and all you guys know, the whole reason why I created this channel was that YouTube deleted my other accounts with over 300,000 subscribers total. Fortunately, I got those channels back, but the reason I created this was to show that no matter what happens, whether the big guy deletes your channel over a video on Dogecoin, you could still bounce back. You could still, bounce back, come back better than ever. So if you resonate with that mission, well, then please be sure to subscribe. But anyways, right now, the entire crypto market is down. Things are not looking too great. We're at about a $1.5 trillion market cap over the last 24 hours. We have about a 10.58% decrease. Bitcoin's down 12.15%. Ethereum's down 14%. Binance Coin's down 16.8%. The Dogecoin, what everyone loves, is down 15%. Every single coin in the top 10, in the top 20 is down over 10%. Some of them over 20%. Things are not looking great. A lot of this is because Bitcoin, the major news is that Bitcoin dropped after the US seized most of the Colonial Pipeline ransom. What happened was U.S. officials said yesterday on Monday that they've seized $2.3 million worth of Bitcoin paid to hacker group DarkSide. The FBI said they were able to access the private key or password for one of the hackers' Bitcoin wallets, and as a result of this, they were able to seize the $2.3 million, according to some documents in with court investigation. They said they were able to access the passwords, the money was recovered, and they said they can't give many more details, but essentially what we can assume is that at some point in the operation from DarkSide, they had to base something in the US, and that is how the FBI gets jurisdiction, has legal authority to investigate and go into and actually retrieve the funds. Many times in the past, there have been a lot of issues with governments around the world actually seizing funds from illegal activities. We had seen in the past something in Germany where the person who was caught said, I forgot my Bitcoin password, I forgot my Ethereum password, I don't know it anymore. So then the government they couldn't do anything. If they can't find the password and the person says they forgot, well, can't do anything. They sent the person to jail. End of that story. But now they said they have been able to seize $2.3 million, and this has caused a lot of people to have a little bit more fear in the market. In my opinion, I don't think this is really that bad of a situation. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's good to prevent any illegal actions from taking place with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I know there's been a lot of other stuff going on in crypto, and we've been a little bit on edge, but in my opinion, I don't think this is really anything that people should be worried about. I don't think it's just, so bad. Obviously, people like to think that crypto's decentralized, which it is. The government can't access it, which most times they can. But in my opinion, I think some situations, it's you never want anyone to have to do illegal activities, to have hacks. And in my opinion, I don't think anything was really too wrong with this, but let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Do you think this was good? Do you think this was bad? Is this bad for crypto long term? Is it just a bad image for it? What do you guys think? Next up, let's go over Ethereum. We had some great news with Ethereum, and that is that we had a total inflows of $33.1 million, according to CoinShares digital asset report. And this is very exciting because even though the market is down, Ethereum's price right now is sitting around $2,300 per coin. This is great news because Ethereum is a coin, in my opinion, that could easily surpass Bitcoin in terms of market cap. And with the entire crypto market down, we're actually seeing it get closer and closer to doing that. Right now, Bitcoin's market cap is at $616 billion. Ethereum is at $291 billion. So Ethereum, in order to surpass Bitcoin, it really only needs to 2x from where it is. And we're seeing that institutions are continuing to pour more money into Ethereum than they are into Bitcoin. And that is something that could easily push Ethereum over the edge, get it into that #1 position. Because according to the report, which covered the week ending June 7th, they said that it showed that Ethereum and other altcoins remain a very popular choice for crypto investors, and into these ETPs, these exchange traded products for different cryptos. Ethereum inflows into investment products totaled $33.1 million, and the number gave Ethereum its highest market share, which peaked at 27% of all coin share investment products. They said that the firm suggests that the price correction had a minor impact on investment flows the previous week when we saw the market drop, but it looks like we have recovered. It looks like institutions and investors are more bullish on Ethereum than they are on Bitcoin. So we saw, and not just Ethereum, but other altcoins in general. We saw $5.2 million go into Cardano products, $3.8 million into Polkadot products, $4.5 million into XRP, and $33.1 million into Ethereum products. So we saw all of these altcoins have inflows. While they weren't major inflows, we saw Bitcoin, on the other hand, have outflows. So money was taken out of Bitcoin products. $4 million last week, we saw outflows for Bitcoin exchange traded products. This is important because while we have seen, a lot of money, we had seen about over $100 million flow out of Bitcoin. Things are looking to stabilize a bit. Bitcoin is no longer seeing $100 million flow out of its funds out of ETPs in a matter of a week. We're no longer seeing that. It's coming back down. It's around $4 million. But the important thing here is that we're seeing people turn towards other products instead. They're taking their money out of Bitcoin, putting it into some of these smaller altcoins, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Polkadot, and things like that. So, my opinion, this is a great sign. This shows that the sentiment around crypto is still, people are still positive on it. People are still wanting to put money into altcoins. Bitcoin, on the other hand, people are a little bored by it. A lot of people I talk to, they're like, you know what, Bitcoin's boring. You're not going to see the major gains that you might see with some of the smaller altcoins. Bitcoin is not as great for the environment. They have a lot of things they need to fix. So as a result of this, I think it's a great sign for Ethereum. I think this could be what pushes Ethereum over the edge. Every time we see the market have a little bit of a correction recently, we're seeing Bitcoin continue to be held down, but then we see the altcoins bounce back faster. A couple weeks ago when we saw that big dip, we saw Bitcoin really just level off around 33,000. But on the other hand, we saw coins like Polygon, Cardano, XRP, we saw Ethereum, a lot of these bounce back significantly more than Bitcoin. So something to keep in mind moving forward. And in addition to this, the Winklevoss twins actually said that Ethereum could hit $40,000 in the long run. They say it could hit 5,000 to 10,000 this year, and they are very bullish on it. So during an interview just the other day, they noted that they believed Ethereum was undervalued. Earlier this year when it was at $1,400 per coin, they said it's undervalued in their opinion, and they thought it was going to go much higher. We saw it increase, and now they're still saying that even with what's going on in the market right now, they see Ethereum hitting between $5,000 and $10,000 by the end of this year. They said there's so much happening on Ethereum that's essentially where a lot of crypto investors want to go. That's where the eyeballs are. And the thing that has to happen is scalability and throughput, which is the ability to process many transactions cheaply. A lot of this is going to happen with the ETH 2.0 upgrade, but one thing that I like in particular is that with ETH 2.0, while it has been delayed, we have continued to see some delays with this. The thing that I really like about it is that it's going to be able to handle, so many more transactions than it currently can. Eventually, it's going to be able to scale up to handling 100,000 transactions per second. And in order to have a global crypto, a crypto that can be really scaled up, you need to be able to handle all of these transactions per second. But even if they don't do that, which the Winklevoss twins say needs to happen, even if that doesn't happen as soon as we need it to, The other thing out there is Polygon. I love Polygon. It is one of my favorite cryptos. We've talked about it a lot on this channel. And the reason why I like Polygon is because if you think Ethereum is going to be one of the major networks for years to come, it's going to be where a lot of developers choose to build applications, where we're going to see more NFTs, smart contracts, things like that. Well, then Polygon is just like the brother or sister to Ethereum, because think of Ethereum like a highway. There's only so many lanes on that highway. And what the Winklevoss twins are saying is that we need to be able to expand that highway, make it wider, so they are able to handle more transactions. But even if it doesn't happen as soon as people think, we still have Polygon, and Polygon is like the side roads. So if people don't want to take the main network with Ethereum, they can always go off, take Polygon, use Polygon, and still have all of the benefits of Ethereum, but they're going to have lower gas fees, lower transaction fees, and everything else like that. So I am very bullish on Ethereum because of not only what they're doing with decentralized finance applications, with smart contracts, with NFTs, but also because it has so much support behind it with other projects like Polygon, that it can really continue to grow and continue to develop and succeed long term, even if the development on Ethereum takes a little longer than people are expecting. So I really like Ethereum. I think their predictions are, pretty spot on. I've talked about Ethereum going to $9,000, $10,000 by the end of this year. We're starting to see Ethereum separate itself from Bitcoin in terms of, following and correlating with Bitcoin's price. We are seeing it start to hold up a little bit stronger in some situations when we see Bitcoin's price fall. But let me know what you guys think of Ethereum, Polygon, both of those projects. Next up is the president of El Salvador said he's submitting a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender in the country. And this is something that is very exciting because this is going to be the first nation ever to adopt a Bitcoin standard. El Salvador has a lot of issues economically. And what they do now is they rely on the US dollar because that is the global reserve currency. But now what they're saying is, look, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket with the US. We don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket because lawmakers in Washington, D.C. can change their mind. It could negatively impact the economy. It could positively impact the economy. But they don't know what is going to happen, what regulators in the US are going to decide. So what El Salvador said is they said, look, we're going to move over to and adopt a Bitcoin standard because with this, what we're going to be able to do is we know the economic policies in place for Bitcoin for the next 100 years. We know there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. We know that halving takes place every certain period of time. We know exactly what happens with Bitcoin, how much is going to be in circulation. So as a result of this, for a country that's struggling economically like El Salvador, they could, it provides a little bit more stability, because with the US, there's always economic policies coming out that can lead to inflation, could negatively affect. It can also positively impact the economy. But El Salvador, they're trying to take all of their eggs out of just being in the US, take all their eggs out of one basket and say, look, with having a Bitcoin standard, we know the policies moving forward. It's something that we can rely on. Nothing's going to change with this. And we know there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. So as a result of this, in the Bitcoin conference in Miami the other day, they spoke a lot about this, how El Salvador is going to be the first Bitcoin country. It's the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender and treat it as a world currency and have Bitcoin on their reserves, which is a pretty big deal. So a lot of people are saying that, this could be a bad move. This is a good move. There's a lot of different opinions on it. Either way, though, like I said, for a country that is economically not in the best position, they're not a world leader, moving to something where it's very stable, we know what's going to happen long term, in my opinion, could actually be a pretty good thing for a country like El Salvador. The excerpt that they said actually explained how in order to mitigate the negative impact on central banks, it becomes necessary to authorize the circulation of a digital currency with a supply that cannot be controlled by any central bank and is only altered in accord with objective and calculable criteria. So they're saying exactly what we just mentioned, that it's not controlled by any central bank, and it's only by policies that really have already been in place, what's already been coded into Bitcoin. So they have a lot more that they want to do with Bitcoin and what they have planned moving forward. But either way, this is the beginning. We may see more countries move over to this long term. I think it's going to be something very exciting, something we'll see continue to develop over the next couple of months and next couple of years. Moving on, the Warren Buffett of crypto, Mike Novogratz. He's like the oldest person in the crypto world, one of the people who has been on the older side. He says that he sees a lot of upcoming Bitcoin price catalysts that could actually be very positive for the end of this year, going into the second half of 2021. According to Mike Novogratz, he explained how that right now, institutional money in crypto is wildly important. He said, let me give you some numbers. He said total crypto market cap, that's Bitcoin and everything else, is about $1.5 trillion. He said that's 30 basis points of total global wealth, and that's really nothing. He said for a shift to 2%, 3%, which fundamentally of the belief that it will, you need institutions. They own all the money. And essentially, this is similar to what we saw Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, say a while back. She had explained how once we start to see institutions and the big money really start to say, look, Bitcoin is something we believe in, we're going to allocate a good portion of our balance sheets to it. That's when we're going to see Bitcoin's price increase, because Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, she had said Bitcoin's going to go to 500,000. She still is very strong, very bullish on that, still thinks that's going to happen. And she says that's going to happen when we see institutions allocate single digits of their balance sheet, whether that's 3%, 4% of their balance sheet into Bitcoin. And right now we're not seeing that. We're seeing some of the more innovative companies do it, like Tesla, like Square, but we're not seeing, the regular everyday Fortune 500 companies that have been around for 100 years. We're not seeing Coca-Cola do this. We're not seeing Walmart buy Bitcoin. We're not seeing this happen yet. And one catalyst that Novogratz says that could potentially shift this and cause us to see a massive bull run in Bitcoin moving forward is when the SEC finally approves a Bitcoin ETF. Because right now there are about a dozen applications pending approval for Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, and a couple of just crypto ETFs. And they said that once the SEC does approve this, that is going to be a sign for older money, people who are 50 to 80 years old, or larger institutions to say, look, the SEC approves this. This is something that is safer. You can invest in it now. It's like a stamp of approval. Or a lot of people who are not so into the tech world, not into crypto. And according to Mike Novogratz, he explains how the big wealth in America is 50 to 80 years old. They typically work through registered investment advisors. They're slower to buy into these new trends, innovative things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and with an ETF being officially approved by the SEC, Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF, that is the push we need to see some of the bigger money get into Bitcoin. And once we see the people with the most money start to get into Bitcoin, start to get into Ethereum, whether that's through ETFs or directly investing, that's when we're going to start to see the big shift. That's when we're going to start to see Bitcoin go all the way up to 500,000, Ethereum go all the way up to $40,000, like the Winklevoss twins have predicted. That's when we're going to start to see, the crypto market go from a $1.5 trillion market to a $10 trillion market. So that is very, very exciting, something just to keep an eye out on. We should see a Bitcoin ETF approved within the next couple of months, just depending on when the SEC gets to it and decides it's time. We don't know a specific timeline, but they've said, within the next couple of months. Interesting story just came out with Dogecoin, and that is that the iconic Doge meme is going to be auctioned off as an NFT. And this is very exciting. The proceeds are going to be going to charity, and everyone talks, everyone sees the picture of the Dogecoin dog. Everyone knows what it looks like. It's the Shiba Inu puppy. Everyone knows this. But what a lot of people probably didn't know is that this is actually a Japanese nursery teacher, Atsuko Sato's Shiba Inu dog. And this is the person's actual dog, and it has been used for Doge memes over the last couple of years. And according to this person, they said that the actual owner of that dog is the person who's going to be auctioning off the Dogecoin, auctioning this off as an NFT, and so they can actually verify it. According to everyone going on the database's editor-in-chief, they said this is the first time Know Your Meme is certifying the authenticity of a meme, because a lot of the time it's like impossible to say who came up with a meme. It gets to be a little harder. And they said this is the first time that Know Your Meme is certifying the authenticity of a meme NFT, as we were able to verify that Atsuko herself would be auctioning off the photographs of Caboso. That is the name of her dog. So this is very exciting. I didn't know this story behind it and wanted to share it with you guys because it's pretty interesting. I can't even imagine how much this is going to go for. There are so many people who have made hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars off of Dogecoin, and having this as an NFT. This is a community that is stronger than any community in crypto. Really, the Dogecoin community is stronger than any community in the crypto world, and having this original, having the rights to this NFT is something that I think is going to be one of the largest NFTs ever sold. It's not, I don't know if it's going to go as much as Beeple, probably not, which is $69 million. But this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. And the auction it will be starting. It has already started, but it's going to continue to go on for the next couple of days. This is just something that I think is a very interesting story with Dogecoin, something that a lot of people are going to want to get in on, a lot of people are going to want to talk about. And I will put a link down below to where the auction is, and you guys can always check that out. But let me know what you guys think of that. And finally, I want to talk about Cardano, because some people are saying Cardano is tanking. It's going to go back down to 50 cents per coin. It's struggling. You got to look at the crypto market. Right now, the crypto market is down 10% for the day. The entire market cap is down, almost 30-40% from all-time highs just a couple of weeks ago. So to say that Cardano is crashing, it's not bouncing back, it's like any coin in the entire crypto world right now is down significantly. We're seeing all crypto down. It doesn't matter which coin you're looking at. Cardano is still in the number 5 position. They have a $46 billion market cap. They're still at $1.44. While yes, it can drop down to 50 cents per coin, either way, Cardano is a project that has so much going for it long term that anytime I see it drop to $1, below $1, I am scooping up this coin as much as I can. Right now, if you're looking at technical indicators, the entire market does not look great. But a couple things going on with Cardano that are good is that Cardano launched its first cross-chain bridge network with link to Nervos. This is important. This is going to be, the next generation of cryptos moving forward. Think of it like the internet. When the internet was first established, it's like connecting a bunch of different parts so they can all be used together. Think of that like Cardano with their bridge to Nervos. Now people can easily transfer coins and tokens from Cardano to Nervos, things like that. In addition to this, Cardano also just launched their smart contracts platform. This is really important. This is the test net. So it's going to be fully functioning, the mainnet platform, within the next 90 days. But right now, Cardano only lags behind Ethereum in terms of, total number of wallets, which it really is far behind. But the only big feature is smart contracts. Ethereum and Cardano both have NFTs, both have smart contracts, both have decentralized finance applications built on them. The one thing that Cardano didn't have was these smart contracts. So now, in my opinion, since Cardano is so much more energy efficient, it's proof of stake, since Cardano is able to handle so many more transactions per second than Ethereum, I think Cardano is in a great place. Anytime it drops, in my opinion, is just a great time to get in, dollar cost average, long term. I've owned Cardano for a long time now. I continue to add to the position over time, and while it may drop to 50 cents, per coin, I think it's unlikely, but while it may do that, I think we're still in a great position for Cardano. I think more likely what we would see is this support at about $1. When we saw the market crash the other day, we saw Cardano drop as low as $1. We did not break that $1 per coin range, so I think that is an important resistance. That's an important support right now. But either way, very bullish on Cardano.